Hi, Teresa. This is Matthew. This is going to be a blueprint. I was asleep and got woken up, and the Lord said, "Get up and do Teresa's blueprint." So I'm here. It's this t-shirt. I sell t-shirts, and this is t-shirt says "Life's True Contentment is not found in money." This sort of t-shirt, if you're listening, that you could buy and wear into a mega church, and don't have to give a prophetic message or say anything to anyone, but you could wear this in and the message would be loud and clear. So Teresa, I just sat down and wrote 9 points for your blueprint, and now I'm going to go through them one by one. I hope it will be up to half an hour with me listing them and explaining them, but even if it's 15 minutes, doesn't have to be long. I encourage you to print this recording out, get a typist to print this recording out, and if you can't fully understand what I've described or how you would do what I've described, I'd encourage you to put some time in and for us to go through it one by one. It's pretty understandable, but I could understand if someone didn't understand. I could understand if someone didn't understand. Sounds funny, doesn't it? Okay. So number one, I can see you as a social counsellor, and then when I did number two, I heard that you could be a spiritual healer. So number one and two are the same. When I got to two, I realized that number one was not just something you could do part-time and in your own time, but you could do number one and two. So I've got a friend called Orty who can do counselling, spiritual counselling, and also do spiritual healing. So not only can he deal with people and counsel them and give them some sort of therapy with counseling, which would be the spiritual counselor listener. Anyone can do that. If you're friendly with a person and a person just needs to talk about their issues, any person can talk and talk about someone's issues. So number one is easy, irrespective of whether you have a counselling degree or not. Every person who's got issues, would do well for someone to be able to listen to them and talk about their issues. So everyone can be some sort of spiritual counsellor in a sense without any special training. But if you decided that you wanted to be a really exquisite spiritual counsellor, you could go to a place called Elijah House Ministries, and you can look up Elijah House Ministries in this city, and you could learn after a couple of intensive 1-week courses or 2 or 3 intensive 1-week courses there, and how to learn about a whole host of issues and how to counsel according to their issues. And a lot of what they teach in that course has got books that could back up that, so you could professionally train how to do counselling in a way that would really be effective. I know Orty, my friend, he's a prophet, has got an ability to do spiritual counselling and deal with demonic influences, can deal with people having multiple altars and be able to fix that, can deal with all sorts of situations that need prayer, that needs deliverance, and even situations where a person would really benefit going to the courts of heaven and having a matter settled in the courts of heaven, in heaven. So we can see you having the ability to help people and train to be in a place where they could come to you and you could be a professional therapist for them. I could see you training to become that person. I can also see you developing training, even asking Orty to sit in on his sessions and learn. He does sessions on Skype, so I'm sure you could ask for his help and have him train and help you learn how to do the sort of counselling he does. I'm sure he could sit you in those sessions and for you to learn, or someone like Orty could teach you how to learn how to do this spiritual emphasis and do these powerful spiritual encounters with people to be able to counsel them and set them free. So that's point number one. And point number two, I could see you, number one, developing skills to help people therapeutically wise, and you could do that without any training specifically, or you could enter into learning Elijah House Ministry sort of training and become more of a professional therapist. But if you wanted to go one step further and learn how to do things that take tremendous spiritual warfare and tremendous spiritual fight and professional spiritual fight that will knock anything on its head and fix anything and be able to blast through concrete sort of power, you could learn how to become a spiritual therapist that's able to not only talk about something, but spiritually stop the blockage, fix the bondage, set people free once and for all with power, with spiritual gifts and power. And I had a look at your picture. I don't often look at pictures, and you seem quite mature, and you're not just a young girl. So I may think that you may have already had skills in this area, or have professional skills in this area. If that's the case, that's one of the areas that the Lord would love you to move and would love you to operate in. It could be the case that you're fully trained in this area already. And if you're looking for something to do full-time and professionally, that that would be a very good option for you to do. Okay, so I'm looking. Number three is entrepreneur. That I can see you operating and starting and operating your own business. I could see you starting and operating your own businesses. So the therapy business, it's a fine line between what's a business and what's a ministry. I hope you understand that you could run a ministry that's profitable. Your time could be $100 or 80 or $100 an hour for your therapy sessions. You could charge $50 an hour for your therapy sessions. You could charge $100 an hour your therapy sessions, and have a team of therapists that are getting paid $60 an hour, and you're getting $40 an hour on the profit of their time. So one business that you could set up, easier would be to start the therapy sessions at $80 or $100 an hour for your time, and then as more and more clients come to that business, and you operate that business, to open it up to more therapists, and have a profitable business with you and other therapists operating it. I can see you doing sort of websites. My website that I've just developed is the Shopify website with 200 t-shirts, and I haven't got the advertising set up for that, and I'll eventually do that. So the advertising on Google gets the businesses into a good state, and people start finding my t-shirts through a Google search, and then that'll be a successful business. So that's just an example, but I've got businesses in the future that I can see that I'll operate, and I can see not only your spiritual counseling ministry, or ministry that's monetized into a business, but I can see you having ideas as each business launches and is profitable. I can see you getting another business idea and launching a business and being profitable. I can see your desire. One of your chief desires is to serve God, and to use your resources and your income to build businesses that can make money, and then for you to be able to have quite a lot of money to reinvest into your own different sort of ministries. So let's have a look at some of the ministries that I can see you involved in. Definitely number 4 is a ministry. It would take finances to operate it, and if you had plenty of finances, it would be able to grow and develop and be really good. So number 4 is a self-healing website and meeting place for people needing healing. So out of your spiritual therapy ministry and business, your clients could start to get together and meet on a website, and their profile could say what condition that they had, what condition they're getting therapy for, and then a whole lot of questions on the profile could help their profile be expressive with, I like this for sport, I like this is what I like to do for fun. These are the sort of people I'm looking for in my life. For friends, these are the sort of people I'm looking for in my life for maybe dating purposes. These are sort of people I'm looking for in life on a social media platform that I can just meet and dialogue with. These are the sort of people I'm looking for to go further in business or go further in my ideals and my life on a social media basis. These are the sort of people I'm looking for to meet in person, not so much just for friends and not so much just for dating, but to collaborate and do things together in life, where be they business, be my interest, be anything. When I describe that website, when you heard me say that, there's a lot of programming that would be needed to develop that. That's not only a good website that you'd be able to search on a database when you're on the website, what sort of conditions and what sort of interests and what sort of things, but all those different strategies, all those different choices and abilities to search and find people under those interests and under those profiles would take a little bit of programming, and that would be the sort of thing that you might not be able to design just from hearing me say it. That's the sort of thing that we might have to talk together to be able to put together. I've just dealt getting my website together for Shopify with a programmer that put together the website, and I can tell you it's a really painful process being able to describe what you want to a programmer good enough for them to be able to handle your concept and go to it and program it. So my brother developed some professional programs and apps with Indian programmers, and he's especially good at getting the concept and getting what he wants described to them. But it's a real special cliche sort of a special talent, not cliche. It's a real special talent to be able to describe what you want to a programmer and have him program it. So, it does my head in. I don't know if I'd like to do it. So if if for instance we did some coaching sessions, and that could be on any sort of rate that you want to pay me, that we're happy with. I wouldn't charge you a lot, but it'd take a lot of phone calls for us to work out what sort of things go, what sort of questions and what sort of things fill out the actual profile, and then the sort of inboard social network that it would have in order to fulfill and be able to help and let people be able to communicate on your platform, so it could do everything I set it to be. This is number 4 is if you could be able to take my words and make a program from it, and or show it to a programmer and work with them until you got that place. This is not only would be a profitable business if you charge membership to this website and an ongoing membership fee, but also it would it'd be a ministry, but it'd be a business too. And so you know, this business or ministry idea could be worth thousands and thousands of dollars in the future, and could make a lot of work. It certainly would be a powerful website and do a lot of good. And I didn't think just making a point and writing one subject of description, one line of description, would turn into such a comprehensive website that would do a lot of good. Number 5, all sorts of coaching ministry and supporter of coaches as a platform for coaches. So here's once again, it's a website that you join, you fill out a profile, and it talks all about you as a coach, right? So as a personal coach, a life coach, a spiritual coach, a business coach. So this is a coaching platform. Not only is it a place that someone could come and search the profiles of a business coach and find 100 business coaches and 2 business coaches in the city that they could work with full-time, but all different coaches, all different backgrounds, and all their profiles filled out what sort of coaching they can do. Also a social network that puts the coaches in the same room talking and discussing. All the business coaches got their own Facebook network under this website, so they could log in, get in touch with the other business coaches, and network and contact each other on their own business coach network, on their own business coach sort of Facebook together. The life coaches and the spiritual coaches could also network together in their own sphere of influence on their own social networking platform, part of this platform. But if all the coaches wanted to get in the room with all different sort of coaches, there'd be that room too, that they'd be able to post and interact in that room. What is it? Well, it's a business where people could contact this database and contact this coaching website and search according to what they need and what services they need. They don't have to search for a coach in their own city if they're willing to be coached over Skype or video conferencing software. They could pick a coach anywhere they like and be coached. All the coaches who are joined, there'd be a membership fee, there'd be a monthly fee, and all the customers joining. So that professional coaches, they pay a fee to be part of it, there'll be a monthly fee, the monthly fee for the Facebook social network part of it, so that they could interact and be interacting with each other. But there'll also be a part of the website where when people write an email or contact one of the coaches to book them professionally, there'd be some sort of percentage factor on that every client that contacted and started to use their services, and it'd be done on some sort of honor basis. But every one of the coaches who got work and started doing professional coaching with one of the clients that come from that website, there'd be some sort of percentage that would be paid back to you of the money that they earned. So the social counselor, spiritual healer, and point number 3, entrepreneur, starting up your own coaching business and then having other coaches. That was step 1, 2, and 3. And as you got that operating, then you bring in other coaches, develop this website that have multiple coaches on it and services. And so you understand number 5 would be 1, 2, and 3 yourself, and then you get 1, 2, and 3 working, and then you'd open up the website that allow other coaches into doing what you're doing, 1, 2, and 3. Comprehensive, man. I reckon I should ask you to give me a percentage of everything you earn from my ideas. I sort of stopped giving ideas and life coaching and prophetic blueprint. I stopped giving prophetic blueprints and saying, okay, this is a prophetic blueprint, but you pay me a percentage of everything I give you. So anyway, no, I'm not talking about that. But I'd really be excited if you kept in touch every year and told me what was happening. That sounds exciting. 1 to 5 sounds like you'd be busy enough, but we'll go on to 6 to 9 and give you everything, and you're going to be very busy. Number 6, platform for musicians to collaborate and find each other. So I know, for instance, that John Lennon used to write songs and music. He'd write a song and he'd play it to Paul McCartney, and Paul McCartney would edit the words and edit the music. And so John Lennon produced the Beatles song, and it was written by John and edited by Paul. And you can search who wrote the song, and it'd be John wrote it, but the Beatles released it. You can search Paul wrote it, but the Beatles released it. John and Paul released their Beatles songs together in partnership in royalties. But if you really search, you can find who wrote the original song. But the original song is no good. It's the edited song that was good. And so no matter who wrote it, the song you hear isn't the song they wrote. It's something that the other partner collaborated on and edited the lyrics and edited the music. And so this is the platform. You must have some sort of interest in money. This is like a social network, a website sort of platform where musicians can find each other and learn and find people that can collaborate with them to make better music. So, for instance, Billie Eilish, this new artist that got 5 Grammys, she writes her songs, and her brother edits the lyrics and edits the music, and they produce the song together. All of Billie Eilish's songs have been collaborated with her brother, and so every song that she releases is a combination of hers and what her brother did to it as a producer. And her brother works as a producer with other people's songs and helps them produce good music. And so I can see you developing this platform where musicians can come in and find someone to collaborate for to make their music better. I hope I described that adequately for you to understand. These are all sort of online businesses, but very effective and very needed businesses. And I wouldn't even know that if I hadn't read and listened to interviews of musicians to find out that's what musicians do. Number 7, The Better Yourself website, the website of change and testimony of change, similar to 4, but people from 4 going further. So number 4 is self-healing website and meeting place for people healing. Number 7 is a place where they met and those people healing, but it's a lot further down the road. Things I've done since I've been healed, testimonies of the healing, what they've been through, what they've learned, some of the stuff they've produced, like poems or songs or articles that each of the people that have been healed have produced, all what they're into, all what they created, everything collaborated, everything together on one website. So you could go into number 4 website, find the people, and then go further into a sort of Facebook sort of website, social media website, where the people have gone further, and you could find out, communicate with those people and find out what they're doing years down the track, and be working with them and interacting with them when they've years down the track. Hope you understand that. Maybe we could talk through that further if you've got any questions. Number 8, a media instructors ministry. How to learn to use social media and how to effectively use social media every day and every month to build your brand, to build your business, to build your life, to build anything, right? And learn how to use traditional media to get your message out. To get your message out in a way for free, or for a profitable way of seeing and of selling. I had a mistype there. Profitable way of selling and doing public relations. So it's a ministry. It's a ministry. It's a business that teaches ordinary individuals and business people how to use social media every day in Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and other platforms, how to post to those platforms each day to build your network, to build your public relations, to build sales, and also how to use traditional media also to publish things and print things to build your business and to build the public relations of your business. So that's a tremendous, amazing sort of company, an amazing sort of resource. And I could see you, well, that'd be hard for me to build, but obviously something that you'd be able to do because it's come up on your blueprint. Number 9, this is really interesting too. This is a monetization of your gift center, how to make money from your talent, ministry or business. So, for instance, I can do a personal prophecy for people. I can find out the name of a person's angel and give a person a message from their angel. I can do one of these 30-minute blueprints and show a person. I can do one of these 30-minute blueprints and show a person what they're called to do and show them in 9 points what they're called to do. I can also take a person's blueprint that's been typed out and worked out, and I can coach them into each step of the blueprint and when to activate that and start that. So I can do those services. I've got another service like a gift box, and that's being able to prophesy and activate certain gifts and rewards from heaven in a person's life and bring them forth. That's something that would be helpful for you, for me to be able to determine certain gifts that the Lord wants to give you, certain anointings, certain mantles, certain things that the Lord wants to bestow upon you, and I could do that for you. I do it the same price as a blueprint, but gives you all the special energy and special anointings and mantles and abilities that the Lord wants to give you. But number two, I could take this blueprint, and you could finance me and give me money for my time, and I could help you through each of the 9 points and hold your hand as you get each of the 9 points fulfilled. This is just 9 points. If you were operating in these 9 points and everything was firing, or you're operating in 4 of these points and everything was firing, you could ask me, I could do another blueprint of another 10, and you could get started on the next 10. We serve a God, Ephesians 3:20 God. We serve a God that can do exceedingly abundantly more than we can ask or think. In other words, you can't even think or understand or think of how big and how many extraordinary big things that you can do. And so if you understood these 9 and got these 9 activated and you were doing them all, when you're doing them all and you've delegated and you've got everything working, you could come to me and I could give you another 9 and then just keep on going. You could understand that if you activate this, there's lots and lots of money involved that these things would operate and earn for you. And if you looked at it, you'd say, well, for $150, you shouldn't be charging $150. You should just be charging a percentage of the money that's made out of these ideas. But I'm not into money. I'm into serving God. And I hope that this blueprint has been very enlightening for you and very beautiful for you. And I hope that you can go forth and use this and demonstrate this blueprint and make it happen. The actual writing of the points that are each of the 9 points, if you look in the description tag of this blueprint underneath my name where it says Seymour, if you press on that, it'll have the 9 points of the blueprint. And if you need further explanation, you can book time and work out an hourly rate that you want to pay me for us to talk. If you fully understand it now and you can take it from here and implement it, go forth and do that too. I hope that you can take it from here and go and implement it, but I'd love to be some sort of coach in your life and help you get there too. So that's up to you. Thank you for blessing my ministry. Certainly thank you also for giving me the ability to do one of these. I love to do these, and I hope that you're blessed and you can write to me and thank me and tell me what you loved about it. God bless.